Okay, now it's on. I hear it. Right, my name is Björn Westerholm. Nice to be here. It's like back to the crime scene. Of course, myFC is actually founded at KTH a few years back.
A little closer.
All right.
Perfect.
Got it. So, question for you all. Hands up. How many of you have heard about myFC? A few. Okay. Okay. We need to improve. All right. So, yeah, it's a small screen here, I think. I don't know why. I have a video, starting up with a video that describes what kind of products we have and why we have them. I think you will recognize that. And was asked to bring a demo here today, but I show you real products that actually works with integrated fuel cells, and I have a video showing how it works, basically, because this is not certified products, and I don't want to do sort of a messy demo here for you today. We have commercial products that are selling right now, and I'm going to show them to you on the video.
Can we send the devices around, or people?
Yeah, exactly. That was the meaning. So, first of all, this is a integrated fuel cell into a standard phone, and this is a home hack, basically, from our side. We have done it for many different devices. I think we have like 14 of them, and this is a Xiaomi phone. This is an iPhone 7, and the fuel cell card that consists of water and salt, and a little bit of knowledge. This is a mock-up, but it looks like this, it works like this, exactly in this type of package. So I send it around, you can... Yeah. Right, so I have a small video for you that describes the product that is selling in China right now. And music, please.
Should we try again? Whistle.
Yeah.
Is it in all the way? It looks like maybe it can go a little further. No?
No. Okay, here's music. Happy people. Without batteries.
Do you want to try it again? Or I feel like we were so close last time.
Yeah, okay.
Just unplug and plug it back in, because we did get a little something out last time.
We start again. So that's Jack, our second commercial product. The first one was the PowerTrek, the one that Mr. Obama came to Sweden to look at. So a little bit about myFC. We are a spin-out from KTH, and it was actually based on 20 years of science and research on fuel cells in different ways. And the founders in the company came to the conclusion that they could make a small, very efficient planar fuel cell. And they took the first patent actually in 2004. 2006, the company came into Sting. I think it was one of the first companies actually. 2010, myFC started to develop fuel, because we understood that, okay, having a very good fuel cell, a very good engine is not good enough. You need to have fuel for the engine. So we bought IP in USA 2010, and then we have been working on that fuel for like 6-7 years. But 2012 we launched the PowerTrek, the green thing that Obama came and looked at. It was a hybrid. It was batteries and fuel cells in a special mix. And actually it was the first, when we brought it forward, it was because Nokia asked us to build a charger for them, because we have had integrated fuel cells into their first smartphone, which was a E71. Anyhow, we showed the product to the media, to the press, and it went totally crazy. I got something like 24,000 emails over one day, that special week. And we got like 700 different distributors globally that wanted to sell the product for us. But for us, it was a project that should be more of a concept. How can you actually steal electrons from water? That was the aim or the objectives for the development. And how we sold that product in 22 countries. 2014 we listed ourselves to NASDAQ as the first, I think, fuel cell company, Swedish at least, on the NASDAQ. Last year, 2015, we launched the Jack, the video that you saw a minute ago. And that is actually the world's smallest fuel cell in the world as of today, and have been for many, many years. And in the end of 2016, we launched our new fuel cell that is called LAMINA Thin Film fuel cell. It has the highest power density in the world. It has 1360 milliwatts per cubic centimeter, and I have it in my pocket. Here it is. It's a small blade, you can check it out. Right, let's go on here a bit. So what we actually do as a company is could say it's more of a mobile energy innovation. First of all, the fuel, you can see there, it's very, very important to have the fuel. You can't see it actually. But the fuel chemistry that we use is water. It's different types of salts, and we have reaction components. And we actually do create 429 watt-hours per kilo, which is 2 to 3 to 4 times higher than lithium-ion batteries today. It's very, very inexpensive. So the car that you see on the phone basically would be priced for the end user around 8, 10, 12 kroners. Due to the fact that salt and water is very, very inexpensive. And the fuel cell itself, as we talked about, 1360 milliwatt per cubic centimeter. And we have a lot of patents, 14 families and plus 80 granted patents globally. We use hydrogen, and the reason behind that is the fact that we have a very, very high energy density, 3.3 times higher than petrol or diesel. Now I have a picture for you, a slide that is a little bit crazy. But what we try to say with this slide, when we're talking to people that are not millennials, that actually don't use a lot of power from the smartphones, they know when we talk about cars how it works. So in this case we have a car to the left. We drive 300 kilometers. We consume 200 megajoules. So it consumes 15 kilos of diesel, and we do create 50 kilos of CO2. If we have an electric car, Tesla, whatever you have, and you drive it in USA, it will be the same. We could create as much CO2 as we do with a diesel car, more or less. But if you take the Tesla and you know where to go to charge it, we can actually go down to 0 gram of CO2. A fuel cell car running the same distance will consume about 1.5 kilos of H2 hydrogen, or with a REX, range extender, half of it says 1.5 kilos there, but 700 grams of hydrogen. And you can actually have a range in the same range as the diesel car. So what we are trying to say here is that you have a very, very powerful fuel in hydrogen, and you actually don't create any type of CO2. So what is the driving force of power? We want to be and live the connected life, not disconnected life where we actually are hooked to the wall. The reason behind all this is, of course, that we have an app culture that we live in, and we have an extreme mobile data increase, download, and Moore's law is beaten by Apple's law, basically, because the CPU power is extremely high today, for instance. So let's look into what we have in the iPhone from 2007 until 2016 with iPhone 7. The screen resolution 13.5 times, storage RAM 16 times, pixels and camera 16 times, memory 23 times. The bandwidth in today's iPhone 7 is 75 times higher than the original iPhone. And number of gigaflops, the CPU power basically, is 345 times higher only in 9 years. So we have another component in the phone that is very important, that's the battery. Look into the increase. The battery energy density have increased 28% during the 9 years of iPhone. So that creates a lot of problems for the industry in general. So, and this is basically the problem that we at myFC try to fix. We call it the power gap, because we have Moore's law, data traffic, and we have the flat line here with the lithium-ion battery capacity that increases maybe 2 to 3% every year. And that's the key market problem for us to fix. So I will pop into a few slides regards to the technology. You can't really see this. I'm sorry about it. But we do have a very, very special design on this LAMINA fuel cell. It's very, very close to the first design that we had on the fuel cell back in 2004. But anyhow, the important thing is here, and you can't see it. It's only 0.81 millimeters thick. And it gives you a lot of power. So from our standpoint, what we want to do is to combine this type of technology together with a battery. And that's our long-term goals. We want to integrate fuel cells into these type of devices and all the type of devices that we have on the stage here. And I think my time is running out quite dramatically here. So, looking into a polarization curve, a standard 10-set jack 1.0 cell, as you saw in the film, have a peak power of 7.8 watts. We do perform very, very good in all the conditions where a battery, lithium-ion battery, works. From 3 to 35 degrees Celsius, I think, and with a humidity between 30 and 90%. So we have a very, very, very little difference in performance. Coming into, it actually should stay on the first one. Yeah. Looking into lifetime and degradation data compared to lithium-ion batteries, you can't see it either. But we have a curve that looks very, very interesting, because after 1,000 cycles, 2,000 hours of testing, we can have a product with an end user that will look the same from a perspective as when it's new, before it starts to degrade. And that should be compared to lithium-ion batteries that actually have that type of problem, even after 300 to 500 cycles. And we need to speed up, right? Need to keep the time here. So, this is a type of roadmap that we're working on. We have been there with the Nokia. We are trying to get in with all the different big players to integrate the fuel cell into the chassis of the smartphone. Of course, case integration and different types of fuel cells and batteries in together. But it's all about the fuel. So the phone that you have in your hand, it's totally 100% integrated, full organelle battery and 100% fuel cell, it means for the end user that you don't need charging cables, you don't need a charger, no adapters, no power outlets when you're out of power. So now I have a demo video for you. Very, very happy. I think that's everything I had to say today.